Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I am truly grateful. Trust me when I say that. Truly grateful. So, my last couple of videos, I've talked about the independent woman. So I'm gonna conclude this one. This will be the last one as of now. Of course, a couple of more are going to spin off from this. But I want to talk about, as I said before in the last one, how your independence as a woman can be a help and a plus, a benefit for him and for the relationship. And let me clarify that. I'm not saying, when I say for him, I'm not saying just any him. He's got to have something together. He's got to have something in place that qualifies him to be with you and that qualifies him to be a man. There's a difference between a male and a man. So we're not talking about just any and everybody. I'm not saying for you to go find a dude that, he is just totally unwilling to work. You can't reason with him. You can't talk to him. You can't compromise with him. He is of no support. I'm not talking about that guy. That leave him alone. Lazy. He's comfortable with you doing everything. He's not putting forth any effort toward the relationship or helping you to become better. I'm not talking about that guy. Okay. I'm talking about the one that is, halfway solid, reasonable. He listens, and who he is helps you to become better. So we got that out of the way. So for the independent woman, the female that says, this is what I've talked about. I don't need a man to do A, B, C, and D. I can do this on my own. I don't have to depend on him. I don't have to rely on him. I don't need him to pay my bills. I don't need him to do blase, skip. Here's how all of that can benefit a relationship. Number one, he can trust you to handle your business. Because if you're already doing all of A, B, and C, and D, he can trust you to handle business. Meaning, for example, if he's got to go out of town, if he's a, business executive or whatever, or even if it just takes a weekend, get away with the homies, just to hang out with the fellows, he can trust and know that when he gets back, nothing is going to be chaotic. He's not going to have, bill collectors calling, a bunch of craziness going on. He can trust that he can rely on you, because here's the deal. Women want men that are responsible, and you should. Men want women that are reliable. As I said before, you need to be his soft place to land. He needs to be a support and a strength for you to be able to lean on. He has to be counted on. So you, as an independent woman, he can trust you to handle business. Number two, he knows that you have confidence in yourself. So he doesn't always have to prime the pump, push you, to this point, get you to understand this, get you to understand. There's a confidence that you have within yourself, where he doesn't have to prime the pump and do a whole lot of extras to get you emotionally to point A, because you're already there. There's a certainty and there's an assurance you have within yourself. Whereas, in some cases, depending on what the woman has been through, those become a lot of layers for him to have to work through and peel back. Not saying that that's impossible, because, I'll just interject this, for the right guy, for that particular woman, he will have the patience to endure that process. So I'm not ruling or discounting that or ruling that out. But what I am saying is there's a confidence and a certainty and an assurance that you walk in that says, you know what, I got me. And for him, that is highly attractive. For some guys, it can become intimidating, because what happens in those cases, who you are, and hear me clearly, who you are reflects in some cases who he's not or what he's not. And for that guy, that can be intimidating. Instead of having a conversation about it, how did you get to this point? What did you go through, to get you here? And just help understand who you are more. They just back up, our go-to move, back up, withdraw, pull away. So you being who you are oftentimes becomes a reflection of what he's not. And that's that for that guy, that's the intimidation. The other thing about you being independent is he knows there are certain things, certain qualities that you have. As I said, a confidence, a certainty and assurance and what you can do. There's an ambition that you have within yourself. That ambition is you take that same ambition that you have, and he may be such as where I have been in times past, where I need an extra push. I need an extra voice. But what I don't need as a man, I don't need you pushing me to make me fall. You push me just enough to get me to the next step. Because as I describe it, you can push me without a shove. In other words, when you get behind me, you need to man up right here. You need to do A, B, C, and D. You need to do this, that, and the other. It's not harsh and it's not harmful. He understands that ambition within you is what he needs in the area where he's able to take the next step. Because as a man, one of the things that we deal with, if we don't respect you, we're not going to listen to you. That just is what it is. And that works both ways. Don't get it twisted. That goes both ways. If he doesn't, but men typically, if we don't have respect for a person, we're not going to listen to him. So for you, there's a respect that's there to the degree that we will listen to what you say because of what you already have laid out for yourself. So we understand that when you tell us, hey, you need to do this. Hey, I need you to do that. I need you to focus more. I need you to be more attentive in this area. You need to do this for you. And with that, for example, you all are able to see some of the guys that we hang out with, or some of our homies, some of our boys, even some relatives. You need to stop hanging around him because all he's doing is pulling from you and he's keeping you away from where you need to be. That's a difficult pill, but you have the ability to point that out to us so that ultimately we become better. So those are some things, just some generals, as it relates to the independent woman and how your qualities can benefit that particular man and benefit their relationship, where he's not looking at you side out like, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with this. But you got to be open and willing to accept, okay, these are things that I can use from this guy. I don't mean use him in a negative way, because it's a dual exchange. What's in you can go to him, what's in him can go to you. And if it's benefiting both of you all and both of you all are becoming better, then amen. What's the problem? Now, again, I'm not saying, just open yourself up to anybody, just any man. No, I'm not saying that at all. That's retarded. Would not do that. But what I am saying is, for the independent woman that's single, and you're not a nun, and there's some part of you that still desires a solid relationship with the man. It's still there. So don't just be closed to it. And again, I'm not saying, and let me say, if you're still dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of issues, a lot of hurts from previous relationships, go get you some counseling. It's one of the best things I ever did. I was that guy that you couldn't convince me that I needed to sit down and talk to somebody I don't know. It's the best thing I ever did, because what it did is it took out and unearthed a lot of that stuff that was there from way back and brought it to the surface. And because I was at the point where I was literally protecting my pain. Because just like women protect their bodies, we protect our hearts. Just is what it is. And so you're not getting in here. So you got a stiff arm automatic, without even knowing. So I said that to say, if that's you, go get you some counseling. Sit down and talk to somebody about it so you can get that stuff out, because I can assure you it'll help you. If you get the right one, you may have to go through a couple of them or get some recommendations, but if you get the right one, it'll help you. So again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. Again, I want to thank you for listening. Give me your response on this. Go back and listen to the two prior to. Give me your response, your feedback. I want to hear from you. I'm on Facebook, Simply Put PM. Same thing on Instagram. I have an email, simplyputpm@gmail.com. simplyputpm@gmail.com. I think I said that right. So hit me there. And most importantly, if you have not already, go to YouTube and subscribe to my page. Of course, you know what that is. Price McKinney, Simply Put, is that simple. And again, I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you I'll see you soon.